We have ADHD.
I know. I think I have something different.
Hello.
Hello.
It's day 0. We're here. This year, we decided we might try a little vloggy type thing.
Do you like it?
That's it. Because every time we do E3, we do the end of day wrap ups. And we thought, why don't we bring that to PAX?
Why not give ourselves a little something extra to do?
It's just us yapping, you know? That's the thing. Where every other part of this thing is going to be so much work because it's us having to write, it's us having to talk to people. This is just us yapping together. And we always do that. We'd be doing this with the camera off.
Don't give them an insight into what we do with the camera off.
In this bed, too.
Yapping.
Yeah, day 0. How do you feel now that we're at the end of day 0? We'll go through a quick recap of what we got up to, but how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like the day went pretty much as smoothly as it could have.
Yeah.
Which, to be totally honest, doesn't happen a lot. So I feel great about that. Feel good. I got good fuel in my tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ate up.
Excited for tomorrow. Very, very anxious and nervous, but excited.
Yeah, lots of stuff tomorrow, but lots of exciting stuff. I think it's a really exciting day 1. Yeah. So we started today, waking up real earlier than we usually do, and then we went to the train. We started early, and we made sure Phyllis was okay, and that was like a hard thing for everybody involved because she doesn't know what's about to happen. You know, she's just like, I love you guys, and we're like, we're gonna leave you for 5 days.
But also, she knows.
Yeah.
Like, she saw us packing, and she knew that something was afoot.
Yeah. And then hopped in an Uber, which is still new for me. My first Uber ever was like the other day when we went to a baseball game. Yeah, that was my first Uber.
This man never seen an Uber Java.
Well, spoilers to the rest of the story. Had another Uber, and we both had the embarrassing don't know how to use a Tesla.
Bro.
He got chewed out by the guy. Not really, but he was like
playfully chewed out, but also, what do you want me to do? I don't know how to use your weird car.
The doors are weird.
I couldn't even find the door handle on this car.
And he didn't even say anything. He just like sat. I thought he would like roll down his window, but he was just like, we just figured it out. Anyways, so we take an Uber, get on the train. Pretty smooth. Actually, before the train, it was a fun thing where we're just hanging out, and then someone comes up and says, you guys going to PAX? And had a nice conversation about PAX and what to expect. It was their first time, so we got to be all...
I've been there once.
Yeah,
and I know.
We know things. And so that was really fun, and then, we got to know them, and they're like from where we are, and, got to chat and, made little buddies, little friends. Continued on the train, of course, luckily, I'll say this, I was thinking ahead. When I was like, why don't we sit here? I knew the row next to us was open. Like, why don't we sit right here?
Little social butterfly.
Yeah,
Wow.
But, yeah, the boarding experience is just so weird because you don't check in with anyone. You just get on, and then they check your tickets. I mean, that's how it is, right? Like, that's how it's always been. Like, you think back to those stories of, like, outlaws getting on the train, and they're like, the ticket checker's coming, and they, like, keep going further down back to the back of the train, to avoid them and stuff.
I mean, I guess I just figured it wasn't like the 1800s Wild West anymore.
But,
public transportation infrastructure.
Well, like I told you at the time, right? Was like, what happens? You're fucked, right? Because you just go one stop far enough away that it's annoying from wherever you just came from. They kick you off,
Hmm.
and maybe fine you. Maybe even I was telling a story about like a streamer in Japan that was like an asshole that refused to pay a bus fee and then got like had to be held in the like Japanese police department for hours. So maybe that's what happened. So maybe that's why, right?
Yeah.
But
train was like simultaneously, just really easy to board and to just be on. And also, yeah, because of that sort of uncertainty at the start, we were like, what's happening?
Yeah. Then when we're on it, it's just kind of, I was tired, we're masked up, we don't want to get snacks. We don't really want to try to get up and use the bathroom for our first train. So, like, while we were excited to be on the train and we wanted to take it in, we were also like, we're just going to sit here for 5 hours. And that's what happened. And
we did that.
And, it's mostly comfortable. I think I would have put my backpack up next time, like maybe on the way back, because it was just annoying to have that around my feet. But I mean, yeah, it was smoother than I thought of a ride. We were riding backwards, which I heard someone get on the train and be like, "Oh, we're riding backwards." Like, I don't love that, So
I guess
it seems
just
like it
depends on like which direction you're going. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll be front facing on the
Yeah,
way back.
maybe.
Is that how that works?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And it was a fun little trip. It was a fun little experience.
I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, and the Seattle train station when we finally get back, beautiful, beautiful. Feels like those like fancy New York train stations that you see, but in Seattle. This is awkward.
Hello again.
My phone died. I think it's just more power than we realize to film these things. So it may even sound a little different. Julie's phone, for some reason, interacts differently with these mics than my phone. It's a whole thing. But where were we? We were after the train station. We get in an Uber, and we lost a lot. Yeah, we get this really old guy, and he's in I think we talked about the Tesla briefly in the jump ahead. So he's in a Tesla, and he's like chill but too chill, where he's like kind of pay attention to the road or not, but as Julie puts it, the pedestrian and driving experience here in Seattle.
It's a nightmare.
Continues to be terrible.
Yeah. So once we started going to get our media badges later, we had another experience where,
we had the walk sign.
We had the green for the walking. There were several of us, like a group of maybe like 6 people crossing, and this truck was just like insisting on trying to turn
to the point where
through us.
We were like, we got across, like we basically got across, and then there were some people like one group, last pair behind us, and he honked at them.
Yeah.
And they were like, what the hell?
The light's green for us. It's wild. Yeah.
So it's a whole thing, and that was fun. But we get our badges. Wow, look at us. Scripted. It's scripted. So it still doesn't say anything about us.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a little more prominent. Last year, it was kind of like one very subtle shade on this badge. And now it's like yellow, bright yellow, so it's like...
And I did see...
I saw red.
I saw an exhibitor badge,
and those are
which
white,
was
right?
white, yeah.
So I feel like it's...
So you saw red, is that like
I think that might
just
be like...
a regular attendee? Or...
Yeah, or maybe it's...
Or medical
a single day.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so looks like they will be a little bit easier to distinguish this year, which is something that we've complained about a little bit. You know, just no one... You walk up and no one knows like your media. You have to be like, hello.
VGG.
Here for an appointment.
Yeah, so that's nice. But yeah, then we come back. We check out, you've seen the hotel tour, but we checked out the executive lounge, which I know Julie was worried about as far as like the sound of it and like it being an extra thing, and there's like a separate door.
Just the whole look of it. The signage said it was like an executive like reception from from certain hours, and yeah, it just seemed really like fancy. Like we were gonna walk in and it was a bunch of like 50-year-old men in business
with their
suits,
cigars.
Yeah, like that's literally the vibe it gives off.
But then we go in and it's like Filipino aunties. Going like, kaina. Genuinely, like I'm not saying that like it's like no, it was Filipino aunties in there, and they had like what was it, like gyoza, like on a hot plate, so that, I assume they refill those. That's what the reception is that they have hot food in there throughout the day or throughout the evening. And that starts like an hour before we would come back to the hotel every day. So that's going to be nice to just hop in there, get our little snacks, go up to the room.
It's going to be like when you get home from work and you're like starving and you raid the fridge before dinner. It's going to be like we come in, we load up on cookies and crackers.
Well, speaking of raiding the fridge, they have an entire fridge full of like waters, soda, and it's all just
grab.
Have it for yourself, and they have a bar with what I presume is free drinks, which is nuts. So maybe we'll get a little loaded one of these nights.
Not loaded. Waking up at like 7 a.m. every day. But I mean, I'd like to try it before we go.
And then we come up and we do the most important thing of the entire trip. We order Jollibee.
That we did.
It was like coming home. It was like coming home. And it was delicious. We got like everything. We got chicken, we got spaghetti, we got adobo rice. They didn't have that at the one we went to when we came last time. And then they had we got the pies and the mashed potatoes. Yeah, we got like a bundle deal. And that was really good. And now we're here. And now we're getting ready for day 2 or day 1. This is day 0. Yeah, I already like spotted some people that I'm like, oh, I know that person on Twitter, I know that person. We already made some little friends, we had someone helping us because they were lost too when we were trying to get our badges. That was really goofy, and yeah, we're just excited. Obviously, lots of new stuff this year that we're hoping to implement. We're not going to be perfect with it, But this is the kind of stuff that's probably going to show up in other things down the line for VGG, on streams even, potentially. Julie's always having to, like, really speak up to get on the mic and share it. But now maybe we can just have you clip one on, and I'll be on my mic, and you'll be on that, and we'll be good to go. This we can now use this tripod as well. This is all on a tripod right now, to do some fancy streams where we're cooking, or even just anything that's external from what we're doing at the desk. VR, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. As far as what's coming in this next day, there's so many things that may be embargoed and all kinds of stuff, but it's an exciting day. This is what I'll say for sure. We have an appointment like pretty immediately in the day. So we have our media hour from 9 to 10 where it's just media are allowed in, and we'll go in and check out some stuff we want to get out of the way. But then be straight into our first appointment of the day, which is, I think I could say at least it's a horror game, which is cool. And then we have like a solid like 4 hours before our next appointment. And so we'll take some time to eat, then we'll get a lay of the land, because this first day is really nice. It's really slow, a Friday surprisingly, but it was really slow last year. I don't really expect it to change this year. And yeah, what's your comments on day 1 before we wrap up here?
I think day 1, obviously we'll probably see like some of our more like AAA, like checking things out, possibly in that media hour, getting out of the way some of those things that are gonna have these big lines all weekend, and So yeah, that's some of the only, you know, AAA stuff that we're really looking at this year.
That and Nintendo at the end of the week, because they have Mario Party and Zelda.
Yeah.
So
if we can get into all of those, that alone will be so different from last year. Like we
didn't prioritize it.
We did not. Yeah.
We didn't even
played
try.
Like one AAA game last year.
I played
like,
Yakuza.
Yeah.
Or Like a Dragon Gaiden.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be different, interesting.
Yeah, this first day just
super
has
busy with interviews.
And some, but like really exciting ones. Like interviews that like I told you, like we need to get this. Like this is gonna be so cool. Like to chat with blank, you know, and thank them to an extent, and to formally chat with blank and in the games. The games are really exciting. So
yeah.
It's going to be a good one. We had one, the only downer of the day was we got invited to a really exciting appointment and then de-invited, even though we answered within 10 minutes.
Just filled up too quickly. We didn't get de-invited. We didn't like do anything wrong. We just weren't fast enough.
So, you know, so it goes. But yeah, I'm excited. PAX 2024. We're here.
Let's go.
I had a panic attack last night, but I feel okay now.
Nice.
Now that we're here.
Great.
Yeah, I think it just gets, you know, you just get wrapped up in the fun and the hype and gonna be playing all these cool games, you know.
Yeah.
We still have a little bit of stuff to do. We're just probably look over our questions, make sure we know who's asking what and when and how, who's playing, who's this, who's that. That's gonna be fun, but stay tuned. Day 0.
You'll be kind of the first to know if you're watching these throughout the week.
Yeah.
Like what we get our hands on, because we'll be able to like talk about it at that point, right? Most of it. Yeah,
we will, you know, obviously keep some of our stuff for our articles and such, but we will be sharing. Like I said, that's what these are going to be, right? These are going to be like those E3 vlog daily wrap-ups where we go, okay, what was your favorite of the day, and remember that, and so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, I hope this turned out okay, even though we had to switch phones and all kinds of stuff. But I appreciate you.
We'll charge up before the next one.
I know we have like 10 things to charge.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all.
Goodbye.
Day 0. Over and out.